Good morning, you badass motherfuckers. Good fucking morning, man. Sunday fun day on the It's All On Me, the morning fucking drinking show. I'm your host, Greg. Be getting on here talking about life, motherfuckers. Anybody doing life in 2022? What kind of life you living right now? That's what I'm wondering. What kind of life are y'all motherfuckers doing right now? How you living life? Right? I've been chronicling what? 10 years of sobriety, 10 years of fucking transformation, getting my ass up out of that ditch, right? Getting my out of the ditch, motherfuckers. God, I got so caught up on drinking, man. Yesterday I had the honor of working for a wedding last night. We did our first wedding of 2022, man. We got like 23 more weddings this year. Everybody's getting hitched. Are you getting hitched? You gonna get hitched? It's interesting, man. It's interesting. It was really a beautiful ceremony. The day before was so nasty. We got fires all over northern New Mexico, man. It was apocalyptic on Friday. And we were worried about yesterday being similar during a wedding. That wouldn't have been fun, but man, it was really beautiful. It was nice. The setting, everything was gorgeous. I loved how the backdrop, right, of where they had the kind of their little altar and where the ceremony was. The whole backdrop. It's of this peak that I love to climb to, man. And I've posted the picture of this peak in the past. Just a beautiful view. Hard to beat. It was a hard to beat view back there, and yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting going and seeing that and hearing some of the speeches from like the father to the daughter, and it's always very touching. And I sometimes process my own fantasies coming out of 21 years of a failed marriage, man. I always try and think like, would I ever get married again? Like, what is marriage post divorce, or like in your 40s or 50s or 60s. You hear about people get married. I know an older couple, they got married recently and they're probably like almost in their 70s. And so it's really interesting, to think about like, what is marriage? If you've already like been through an early marriage where you had kids and all this stuff, and now you're in like your late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, motherfuckers still getting married. Like, what is it? Because to me, it's like, I remember growing up, like, marriage was like a big deal. It was like you find someone, you fall in love, you want to spend the rest of your life with them, start a family and buy a home and settle down and grow old together or stay young together, however you want to look at that. And then, poop, that whole shit blows up, man. 21 years. I know that's more than most people. I was talking to some guy yesterday. I think he lasted like 15 years, but it was 3 different marriages. So I don't know. What would you rather have? 3 marriages, 15 years, or one marriage, 21 years? Right? What kind of marriage are what does the average person expect from a marriage? Right? It's kind of wild when we think about that level of commitment. You say these vows, I do, will you marry me? Yes, I do. All this shit. And then it's like, I mean, what really changes other than like the legal ramifications of your commitment to each other financially? It's a financial game at the end of the day. Like, what happened yesterday was like ceremonial and beautiful, and like, just this loving bond and commitment. Younger couple, probably mid-20s, and they just to commemorate and like commit to like have this ceremony that solidifies that commitment, man. That motherfuckers are now legally obligated to each other, financially. And eesh. I know some of y'all have been through the fucking ringer when it comes to the big D, divorce, man. I know some of y'all been through the motherfucking ringer. God, I know some friends, man, especially, and I'm just talking for some of the men out there. Not that every man is perfect, but not that every woman's perfect either. But man, it seems like, I know a lot of dudes, a lot of fellas that they get fucked. They get fucked, especially just in the custody game. That family court custody game, man, it's not a fair thing, man. I haven't really paid too much attention to this Johnny Depp court case, but some of the highlights I see, it's pretty obvious. We all know this shit, right? Men and women alike, right, are abusive. There's my version of it, motherfuckers. But trust me, as a man, fuck, dude. I was talking to a guy yesterday. I've been abused. I have been abused, used and abused by lovely, beautiful women. That shit painful as a motherfucker. It's painful, right? We hurt each other. Let's be fucking honest. But the guys, more times than not, we chalk up the fucking L's. And, I don't, the only person I could point a finger at in my life is right here, right now. That's it, man. That motherfucker there is the same motherfucker here, but I've transcended my story, my life, my situation, my circumstances, my emotional fucking regulation, the way I handle my emotions, my feelings, right? My defaults, are not just angry and being offended and wanting to be confrontational, right? I used to walk around with a chip on my shoulder. I'd get pretty fucking confrontational with your ass quick, right? If you be disagreeing with me or making me question myself, that's where I fucking get messed up, man, is when I have to start questioning my own self, my own strengths in the context of a relationship. Fuck, that's not good. That's not a good place to be. But I was just reflecting, man. It was a beautiful thing. And I was just wondering, here I am, 43 years old. I know I've told myself I get married again, but it's going to take a very, very, very specific type person, man. But the whole story of marriage is totally different, right? Like I met some women recently, and they're around my age, and it's like they want to start families, and like I have to sit back and think, I don't know if I want to do all that. My kids are 13 and 15, man. They're kind of like, they're not on their own, but they're definitely, I've raised my kids to be very independent minded. And I think that's a very powerful thing, is when we empower our kids, right? To make decisions and to kind of just like, start figuring out life. The sooner the better. I know for me, I had to figure out life, but I figured it out on my own. At least with them, I'm trying to show them like how to figure out some shit, how to, process some fucking things and get shit done. I'm really proud of my daughter. She's been working here at the motel, right? She's already stacking cash, getting ahead. And then it's like translating into her schoolwork. Like her principal the other day hit me up as I was picking up my kids, and he's like knocked on the window and it's like, man, I'm so proud of your daughter, man. She's really, really doing well in school. And that just, it feels good, because that's all her. It's all her, man. You know, these kids nowadays, it's like they want to be needy and stuff. And as parents, we want to enable our fucking kids. As a teacher, I seen it, man. So many parents want to do all the fucking work for your kids and try and figure everything out and feel pressured that you got to do it all. And society puts the guilt trip on parents and shit, and parents do need to fucking step the fuck up. There are a lot of parents that are checked out, right? That aren't being parents, that aren't creating fucking hard boundaries for their kids and say no, right? Because you can't even say no to your own fucking self. And that's fucked, right? It's fucked. It's not healthy for them, right? And I'm guilty of all this shit, man. Of all this shit from time to time. We don't got no fucking playbooks, man. And through all the phases that the kids go through. But there was a lady there yesterday with a little baby, right? And she was kind of older. That was interesting. She was a little older. She's probably close to 50, and she had a little tiny one. And it made me just think. I was thinking about a lot of things, right? Right. Would I get married again? Would I want to start a whole nother family again? If someone, if I met someone and found love, that they hadn't had kids, and that was one of their lifetime goals, the right person, with the right person, I talked last week, with the right person, you'd probably, I'd probably do just about anything, just about. Just about. And just about has a lot of shit in there. I'm not gonna fucking taking that apart right now, motherfuckers, on a Sunday morning. But it is interesting, the story, because like I look at my life now and I say, like, you know, when I got married at 19, right? That's the story. I got married when I was 19. My ex was 18, you know, and it was, you know, it was that dream of starting a family and settling down and, you know, building a life together. And it's like, now I'm 43 years old. I got 2 kids. I got an ex-wife. Like, what is marriage now? It's not that. It's not settling down and building a life. Well, it is, like, there is parts of that, but it's different. And you guys know what I'm talking about if you're older, right? Like, what does that look like? Right? Like, for me, it's like I look for that life partner, compatibility, you know, chemistry's got to be there, you know, fucking healthy, whole type person, man, where we know how to fucking fight. We know how to fight and like still maintain respect and honor each other and can come back healing, right? Come back stronger after having disagreements. But in terms of like, do we go start a family or building? I think building, like, there's still lots of room to build, right? We're still fucking building over here, motherfuckers. You ain't seen shit. You ain't seen shit yet. Stay fucking tuned. If you want to see some big shit pop off, you want to see some stuff that you just are like, holy fuck, it's gonna make your chin drop when shit starts going down. Stay tuned, because I'm gonna continue to chronicle my life as we march through July 22nd, 2022, man, celebrating 10 years of sobriety. That's really what started me on this journey of self-discovery. And it's unfortunate that, you know, one of the critical pieces, right, to this journey becoming successful and really turning into a positive fucking rocket blast was me getting honest with myself, right? What do I want? What do I love? What do I hate? What do I want? Who am I? Who am I? How many of you listening right now, right, are willing to like sit there in a journal or on a piece of paper and really write down who you are? Like, who are you? And if it starts with uh, you know, look, I'm not gonna criticize you. If who you truly identify as is like a child of God, or I'm XYZ's husband or wife, or I'm the parent of XYZ, it's like, okay, all of that is external. That's my issue with it. It's not an issue of, do I deny God? No, I love God. God exists. The universe is real. We're all connected. I get all that, right? But if that is who you are, something that's external, that's what trips me out personally. It's not a denial of that, but yet we're all conditioned. I remember it, like, you know, the time that I went through the church movement, it was like God first, spouse second, family third, then your job, then, and it's like, wait, what? That's not a good list. That is not a good list. I don't like it. It's still outside. I think the most important, and it's kind of, here's what's fucking cool. One, I don't like that list because I know too many motherfuckers that have like zero to no self fucking confidence, right? Y'all motherfuckers got zero to no self confidence. Your worth, your value is in the fucking ditch, right? You don't feel worthy. You don't feel valuable. You don't feel good enough, accepted. You don't feel fucking, you have zero esteem and self confidence. So for you to start your whole identity saying, oh, number one thing in my life is God. Number two is my spouse. Number three is my kids. And it's like, wait, where are you? Hello? Where are you in the fucking picture? Shouldn't you value yourself? And even the word of God says that, man, right? It's to love your neighbor as thyself, right? But I'm telling you, for so many years, I didn't love myself, right? I fucking hated myself. I hated the fact that I chalked up so many fuck ups, right? And so many failures, right? That it took me years of therapy to fucking come to the conclusion that I matter and that my story matters, that my feelings matter. And really, none of your guys' opinion about my feelings, my thoughts, my experiences matter. But so many of us, because we want acceptance, we want to be part of the group, we want to be accepted and, admired or adored or whatever it is, with this whole fucking reality of social media and likes and all this shit, man. We want to feel accepted. And it's a tough thing to be rejected or feel rejected. And especially if you're someone that has that trauma wound, right, of rejection or abandonment, it comes from your childhood, right? I was talking to someone really close to me yesterday, and he was sharing a story about abandonment through childhood, and it came through divorce. It came through divorce. Divorce rocked his world of feeling abandoned. And I try and check in with my kids from time to time just to make sure that they realize, that it's cool. And I'm fortunate enough that between me and my ex, we have a pretty solid relationship. Like, we're trying to work with each other. We've come a long ways, right? A little over 2 years now. It's like we've grown a lot. It's taken both of us even trying, some new things, some new relationships, and I think that creates some more acceptance and understanding of how we can make this thing work between us, right? But the biggest thing for me, the most important thing, is that I want my kids to know they're not a burden in my life. They're cared for, they're loved, right? Even though that relationship is expired, right? That doesn't define who they are, their value, their worth, man. Like, I'll do anything, right, to support and love and care for my children. And but I just think in terms of love, like falling in love, watching this ceremony, like, I can't go back in time. I can't give somebody my whole entire life. Like, I have all these other obligations. And it's interesting. Like, I think that's even the story I heard yesterday was in the divorce. Um, the mom went and started another family, and the attention shifted. Like, the child was no longer important or felt important enough because the attention's there. And I've experienced that in my own fucking journey post divorce, man. Is relationships take fucking work. They take your attention. You got to manage that shit, right? And I'll be honest with you, I took a lot of that for granted, right? Being in a long-term marriage, a long-term relationship with the legal bullshit, all this other stuff, you could take that for granted. And I hope that if some of you are married, right, and you do care about the person you're with, you think that it's something that is worth salvaging, you want to improve it, right? If you want to improve your marriage, right, you got to invest in your marriage. That's the fucking key. I know for me, I had stopped, like, flirting and, doing all kinds of cool things, man, like that I'm really good at doing. I I had let that shit slip over fucking decades, and that's not cool. I'm not proud of that. I can see it in reflection. I can see it as I reflect on the past and get into dating situations, man. It takes a fucking lot, man. It takes a lot. I'm not big on the fucking games, though. That's some bullshit, right? There's a lot of games being played right now. And I think that's what wears most people out. Some people thrive on the games. They want nothing but the games. And others of us, we're like, fuck the games, man. We're not trying to do the games, right? We have to do something greater than that. Like, we want connection. And so it's an interesting conversation I was having yesterday, being a part of this wedding and seeing two people come together legally, right? Legally bound, right? In matrimony. And you could feel the love, right? I think that was also a very good energy because everyone's optimistic and positive. And, it was a beautiful place to be in for me to kind of grab a hold of some of that energy yesterday that was in the air. And it just caused me to reflect, right? Reflect on my experience, reflect on what I had, on what I've lost, and what I want in the future. And I still don't know. I know that's a beautiful property to have have a wedding, but I could picture me having a wedding like on a beach or top of a fucking mountain, some peak, man. You have to either have 4-wheel drive or you got to fly in or kayak in to some remote beach. Very adventurous, some kind of crazy adventure type wedding ceremony. If that ever happens again, which it could. I'm not someone that's closed. I'm not closed to anything, right? I know some people are like, never fucking again. No. I just know it's gonna take a lot. I know that for me to get there, take a lot, and there's a lot to really, um, there's a lot to sort through in terms of the expectations because it's very different, you know. Like when I was 19 years old, getting married, it was all about like the dream, man. Starting a family, building a family, like growing and doing all these things, and it was like there was just the whole future was bright, like as to like, okay, I've chosen somebody and she chose me and we're gonna build this thing together. And it's very similar now still. It can still be that way at 40 some years old, but depending on who that person is, maybe they got kids and I got kids. And it just, there's so many different variables when you are older in life. On top of just the fucking, dating pool being peed in a fucking, toxic fucking mess. It's hard to even get to that place. And most of us, depending on our attachment styles, depending on our relationship fucking experiences, we're either super needy or we're super independent and we don't want to be reeled in. We don't want to be locked down, right? We're trying to fucking lock a motherfucker down and we want enmeshment and toxic fucking things. And I get why a lot of people don't want to do the commitment. It's huge on my board, but that's why it's just, law of attraction, trying to find the right person, trying to be the right person. See, that's the number one thing. If you're looking for somebody right now, right? If you're truly like calling out to God, calling out to the universe to like, send you somebody, right? Send you that life partner, send you that soulmate, right? The soulmate, the twin flame, right? We talk about some of that shit on here. That stuff intrigues me, man. If you're someone that's like calling out for that, don't put so much focus on them, put focus on you. That's what, again, everything always comes back to self. That's why I had an issue with the list of God's first, spouse second, children third. Where am I on that list? Can I squeeze in here somewhere that I can make myself a priority in life? Developing myself, improving myself. Because again, if my focus is on God, if my focus is on my spouse, if my focus is on my kids, if my focus is on my job, if my focus is on all the bills, if my focus on their life's responsibilities, right? Where do you make time for you, motherfuckers? And that's the it's all on me mindset is you got to put yourself first. And that's not being selfish, motherfuckers. That's having self-interest. That's truly valuing yourself, saying, look, this is important to me. I'm going to put myself first, right? Not to blow everybody else off, not to make people feel like shit. No, because you care. It's about caring, kindness, having healthy boundaries. But you really need to discover who the fuck you are. And if you're showing up with some false, fake bullshit, that's fucked. Those of us that fucking change who we are to be in the fucking relationship. And we wonder why we got drama and all kinds of other bullshit going off, man. We're showing up as somebody else that the person isn't the one who you fell in love with, right? That should piss you off. If you fell in love with somebody and you thought they were X, and then as soon as you fucking said, I do, boom, sign the fucking paperwork, they become a totally different person, you freak the fuck out. But that's why that's a huge decision. I guess less and less people are getting married. I know there's more single people now than ever before. There's a shit ton because there's so many divorces all time fucking high, man. Motherfuckers are ditching the fucking relationships like crazy and going out there and, doing all kinds of stuff, right? When what we really need to be doing is focusing on ourselves. So if you do find yourself coming out of a breakup, a fucking heartache, a relationship, please do yourself a favor, man. Spend some time with yourself. Don't jump into another fucking thing, and it's hard. I was journaling about that this morning, right? That this is probably the longest period of time that I've been single and just working on myself. And it's been challenging. I was fucking journaling this shit this morning, man. Fucking super challenging. Very fucking challenging. Right? But it's been rewarding. I'm not the same motherfucker I was last year. I guarantee you I ain't that motherfucker. But even just looking at pictures of myself from a year ago, I'm a different man. But I am the motherfucking man. I'll tell you that much. And I'm different. And I hope that you can look at yourself through those lenses of saying, how do I transcend myself? How do I become this highest version of myself? I mean, how many of you, when I even mention that, like becoming the best version of yourself, how many motherfuckers are just like, fuck that. I don't want to fucking be that. Is that you? Like, who doesn't want to become the best version of themselves? And I'm not talking in a singular sense. I'm talking about all around the fucking best. The best version of yourself all around from fucking A to Z, man. Not just like one aspect. Oh, I want to be the best financial version of myself. Okay, check, good. I want to be the most strong, right? Healthy fucking version of myself. Check, right? I want to be the most giving, right? Caring version of myself. Okay, check. I want to be the most loving version of myself. Okay, check. Like, who doesn't want to fucking grow and become better? As if it's not to say where you're at's bad, but if you have negative feelings about yourself, any part of who you are, that doesn't mean you're a failure. That doesn't mean you're a fuck up. That doesn't mean you're a loser, right? You may be a stubborn motherfucker for sure. Right? If you can just embrace it, I don't care if I feel like shit. Fuck it, it's my life. Leave me the fuck alone. I will fucking leave you alone all you want, motherfuckers. Quit checking in here. But you keep coming back in here because this shit fucking is hitting you. It's resonating. And it bugs you that it's like you got to put in the fucking work. There's no magic tricks to healing. There's no magic tricks to fucking healing. Stop with the magic tricks. Pray your fucking ass off all day and night. It doesn't do it, man. You got to put in the work. And there is a process to it. And it's really knowing your story, knowing your hurts, accepting them. Not meaning that it's okay. You got to accept the shit that you've been through. But I just don't understand the mindset, right? Stubborn motherfuckers that hear this shit and they're like, oh, I don't give a fuck, man. I don't have to be my best, whatever. Who the fuck does this guy think he is, right? I definitely don't think I'm better than anybody that's listening to this. I'll tell you that. We'll start there. I don't think I'm better than you. Right? I don't think I'm stronger than you. I don't think I'm smarter than you. I don't think I'm fucking wealthier than you. None of that. Right? Because the only person that I'm looking at is me, motherfuckers. It's me. And none of you know what I have been through. You don't know what my biggest number in my bank account's ever been and my lowest number in my bank account, right? We don't know each other's stories. That's the truth, right? You want a Bible verse for today? And I used to hit people hard with this shit, right? Right? He who knows the truth, or the person that knows the truth will set him free. Well, what's the truth we don't know? We don't know who the fuck we are. That's the truth. You don't know who you are. And the reason why I say you don't know who you are, yeah, you've accumulated enough experience that whatever you are right this fucking second when you're listening to this, that's who you are. But most of you couldn't even sit there and write for fucking 5 minutes to describe yourself in words, right? Can you do that? Can you sit there for 5, 10, 15 minutes pondering who you are and describe who you are right now in words? And then when you read back that, if there's any areas that you think you can improve, right? Why don't you write out about ways that you can improve, right? Why don't you accept that no one's perfect. We've all fucked up. There's all things that we're ashamed of. There's all areas that we can grow in, but it takes a fucking maturity to say, you know what? It's okay if I'm kind of fucked up right now. I'm not dealing with life the best that I know I can. I'm kind of checking the fuck out. I'm kind of cruising through life, and I'm not really fucking aiming at anything to get me going to another better place. and that life is not over. We act like we have either all the time or that if we die, we go to heaven or whatever. And I don't know what it is. What's the resistance to fucking getting after something, right? Having some fucking drive and some grit to wake up in the morning and say, man, I got goals to smash today. I got shit to do. I'm gonna conquer. I'm gonna get shit done. And not just at the fucking job. I'm talking about in your life as you define it today. But it takes effort, it takes focus, right? And really, even in the shit, you should be having fun, right? It's Sunday fun day. I'm sure some of you guys gonna just go fuck off, barbecue all day, get drunk, get high, whatever the fuck your thing is. Can you describe how whatever you have planned today is for your best, is in your best interest? Could you write about that for 5 fucking minutes? No, you can't, because you're the motherfucker that's too good for this shit, not me. I ain't too good for you. You're the motherfucker that's too good, because you won't do any of this. You won't actually start figuring yourself out on paper, getting your mind organized, right? Decluttering your thoughts, because we have like 70 to 90,000 thoughts a day, and 90% of our thoughts are a fucking repeat of yesterday. We're habitual fucking walking like zombies, motherfuckers, until you start getting clear intention and having new fucking thoughts. That's the thing. When you start writing shit down and exploring something like, what do you love? And to just write out, free flowing, not filtering, not trying to go through a process of which is the right answer, what's the wrong answer. There's no right or wrong. Express everything you can fucking think of and really start mastering your thoughts. Hearing yourself, like without judgment, and just writing. How many times do you think about, you want to talk to somebody, you want to send somebody a message, you want to reach out to somebody, you want to apologize to somebody, but you'll over fucking think it. It's not the right time. Something's wrong. The weather, the temperature, the glare of the light, right? The lighting in the room, fucking blah, 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 blah. All these excuses that we come up with. Our minds just the ego just wants to fucking keep you like on eggshells or off kilter, not grounded. Anybody need to do some grounding? Remember us talking about that? Going outside, literally just fucking barefoot in the fucking dirt, man. Reconnect, refocus, come up with some aim, right? Don't just look at fucking the summer coming up, spring and the summer is an opportunity to go fuck off, man. Look at it as a time to put in some work. This is like when farmers, gardeners, they're working because they want to do what? They want to reap the fucking harvest in the fall. How many of you guys are planting a fucking garden? Not in terms of fruits and vegetables, if that's not your thing. No, I'm talking about a health, improving your health garden, right? I mean, you're going to start planting things in your day-to-day life that are going to fucking bring about fruit, right? Meaning results, motherfuckers, results in the fall. But you got to start planting these things now. Healthier fucking habits, right? Saying no to the urges that you know don't get you something better. And that's all it's about, man. Is just, can you improve as a fucking human being? Can you have one more positive thought than you had yesterday? If that's how bad your shit is. One more positive thought, right? Anybody can volunteer. Anybody can give it their fucking time to make a difference in the lives of another human being or an organization or in your community, your country. Anybody got the balls to do that shit this week? I doubt it. I don't know why. I don't know why, man. I don't know why some of y'all listen, check the fuck out, right? And don't act on this shit. Or act like, I'll do it next month, next year. I don't have the time for it. You'll never have time for shit that you don't want to make time for. Let's just get honest and real. If you care about something, someone, anything, you will manage it. And that's what relationships take. A relationship with yourself, right? If you're not investing any time in yourself, you have zero relationship with yourself. You're just fucking using yourself. Like, you're totally wasting your fucking life, really, if you don't have a true relationship with yourself. Because every other relationship you have You have to show up. You have to communicate. You have to give it attention, or else it's gone, man. It's fucking gone. And I learned that over 21 years. And as I got more and more neglectful, complacent in my marriage, I stopped doing the shit that I fucking, man, I know is good to do. And I hope I never take someone, I hope I never fall into like a complacency mindset again, because I've learned that lesson. I've learned the importance of it, right? Harnessing and cultivating romance and love, like daily. It's a daily fucking thing. Tony Robbins says it best. If you treat them the same in the end as you did in the beginning, there'll never be an end. But I know I dropped the fucking ball. I bet you've dropped the ball too, if you're honest with yourself. If you're honest with yourself. We're always talking about getting fucking honest. Quit making them motherfucking excuses. Go out there, do something that puts a smile on your face, a smile on your heart. Hopefully touch someone else's life. Go do something new, motherfuckers. When you start having anything from a new thought to a new experience, anything new, it changes your life. And hopefully it's something that changes it for the better, because you're pushing towards positive things and letting go of some of the negative fucking toxic things, motherfuckers. I hope you have a great fucking rest of your day. I hope you're planning to have an amazing fucking week, because guess what? Y'all motherfuckers got April fooled. It's almost May. It's coming up this week. May is here, motherfuckers. Finish strong. That's how we do it here on the It's All On Me fucking program. Remember, results kill excuses. It's all on me. Greg's out.